Mr. Wiggly, I choose it, yo. Hey, step inside, I give thanks and the highest praise. Ground myself to my earth, connect out the space. I choose it, yo.
I am live and I have got something weird going on because I can hear YouTube running in the background. I am live and that's it. I found it. I'm really sorry, guys. Somehow I had a bit of a ultimate loop going on where myself was coming back on myself. You probably couldn't hear it. I just probably looked like an idiot, to be honest, but never mind. Nothing new under the sun. Welcome to number 11 of the live stream from Dominic Hawke and me, Mr. Wiggly. And we are now past number 10, so there's no stopping us. Welcome to my lovely co-host on my left, the lovely Lula May. Hello, how are you today?
I am good.
This is very, very good. And we have the most epic of all guests. They're just, so excited. And there's a lot of people already here watching. She told me once that if she was a boy, she would be King of Wales, which is true and astonishing. However, she's just a brilliant person. Her real name is Lisa Bainham, and her nom de plume is Inky the Cat, and she is just so supportive of live streams, of the YouTube community, live jams. She's behind Hardware Jams on Facebook, keeps that whole thing running, and she's just a wonderful, wonderful person. So please, without further ado, let me introduce Inky the Cat to the world. Welcome.
Hello, Dom. Hello, Lula May. Hello, everyone. I just have to say it's South Wales and there's more than me in Hardware Jams. There's about a load of us.
That's fair enough. When I say behind, I mean kind of keeping the whole thing running. I know there's a lot of people involved, but you do have a knack of kind of keeping everything on track and keeping it interesting. And South Wales and North Wales have different royalty, is that correct?
Yeah. There's different clans. So if you say that, you might start some sort of
clan war.
Yeah.
My word. So,
Williams will not be happy.
So just tell me, really, because it's true. This is not a bluff. How come you would? Are you Princess of Wales? How come you would be the King of Wales? Where does that work?
So, the Bainham clan or the Bainham clan. My dad is the oldest boy of the oldest boy of the oldest boy of the oldest boy of the oldest boy, but then it just, because I'm a girl, it just goes to someone else.
So he is king, or he was king?
Well, he is king, yeah. He is king. Not that he goes there very often, but yeah, technically he's king.
And what rights does that give him? Can he kind of execute people and build castles and stuff?
I think he can go into the Ronde Valley and get everyone to bow. I think that's about it.
That's better than anything. That is incredible.
It's true.
Wow.
That's true.
Well,
yeah.
Thank you so much. I mean, when you said it to me, I honestly thought you were joking. And you don't get much out of Google when it comes to the Bainham clan. But that's bonkers. Absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
Say hello to everyone in the chat. We're in the presence of royalty. First in was Sensian, who beat Martin Taylor and Wagyu and Azio Head. Keith in Watford didn't appear for a while. Let's have a look. He's normally the first in. He is in, and Corrosive Abuse of Sasquatch. There are tons of people. You are by far the most popular person that I've ever spoken to on a Sunday on YouTube, which is absolutely brilliant. It says a lot for the
That doesn't
for the
mean
love
I'm the most talented.
Well, it just says a lot for the amount of love that you generate in the chat. It's absolutely wonderful. I'm not going to read everybody in here because there's just so many. So good evening to all of you. I thought what we could do, we've obviously got Lula May's amazing quiz coming up in a little while as a special Inky version of the quiz. We've made some cat-shaped Welsh cakes. We attempted to make some cat-faced Welsh cakes earlier today, which I think the cakes came out. The shape wasn't quite right, was it? It was. I filmed a tiny bit of that just in your honour because I thought Welsh cakes. This is, for royalty. This is a good thing. So we've got that to show you. And I really just wanted to find out just a little bit about history and now, really, kind of what got you into the music and jamming. I know you've done a degree, I think, in the music side of things. I'm really interested in that because I don't think back in my day, you couldn't do a degree in that kind of thing. Or if you did, it was pretty rare, So yeah, I mean, tell us how it all started. What got you into this whole thing?
Well, I was always brought up around pianos. So my dad was brought up by 2 piano teachers, and he had like a Yamaha organ in CS80 colour. But I never got taught music, and even though I kept asking, I don't know what had gone. I suppose it really started in 1986 when I heard Love Can't Turn Around, and, House Nation.
Yeah. Those classics.
It Takes Two by DJ Easy Rock.
Yeah.
So when I heard that, I was like, what's this? What is this? So that's where it really started.
That's brilliant. I mean, because I've asked a couple of people this, and it's often I heard some music and I thought, I want to make this. I know nothing about how to make this, but there's something about this, and then maybe pick up a magazine or have a look online and, go, actually, do you know what? I mean, there's a synth in there or a drum machine, or maybe I can do this kind of thing. And obviously YouTube gets us all hooked in this kind of stuff. So then what happened? You bought some bits? You went to college or?
Well, what happened was then warehouse raves started. So I just passed my driving test and I lived quite near Coventry.
Right.
So I was driving to Coventry. Actually, Jamie Morden was DJing at the place where you had to go and find where the raves were.
Wow.
And I took a guy called Pete Gooding to his first ever rave that became a Radio 1 DJ.
Wow.
And his sister was at the pub Jamie was DJing at, and that's the night we both heard 808 State Pacific for the first time.
Man.
Yeah, it's all mad.
That is incredible. So you've known Jamie.
No,
you were
I didn't know.
You were putting it all together even back then, right? You were still connecting all these things.
Yeah, but we didn't know, and I didn't actually know if I've met him. But
wow,
yeah, it's all come back like that.
Right, just incredible. Oh, so you got swamped into the whole rave scene, did you? And when did you start making the music, rather than going out and listening to it?
Well, I became a DJ because, so I moved to Sheffield, and I wanted to be in Manchester, but I couldn't get into Manchester Uni.
Right.
But I got into Sheffield, and I actually went into Warp Records before it was a record shop, so that was quite cool. But by the December, I was in Manchester. I'd got invited to Enjoy live at the Academy.
Yeah.
And I was told I was going to a small party. Well, I went to that and I never went home. So so that's basically it.
Brilliant. What were you going in to study when you say you couldn't get into Manchester? What were you actually doing?
Oh, it wasn't musical. I was doing it.
Oh, it wasn't. Oh,
No.
Okay. I
No.
wondered because I tried to get in and do music at that stage. I did get a place at university, and it was something weird like electronics and music or something. It was an odd one. They only took in about 3 people, and I didn't go in the end. I took a year off, and then decided that actually, because I was doing music quite well by that stage, I should stick with it. But I know now, obviously, you can go and do loads and loads of different courses, and there's some really great stuff. I mean, Maths is a teacher, isn't he, at one of those things? Hello to you in the chat. Hello, Charles Chicky Reeves as well. Crikey, they've all come out for Inky. This is amazing. Absolutely wonderful. These people, they just love you. So you became a DJ. What kind of stuff are you playing?
Well, early techno,
Right.
early house, anything on the dance scene really. But I got into Manchester City College's first kind of music course.
Right.
And the interview was by a guy called Martin Moscrop, who has got something to do with New Order and the 80s scene. He's in a 24-hour party, people.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Right, but this interview, Dom, was amazing. Right, so you go in and he's talking and you get through the normal stuff. Then he drops a pen on the table. Then some guy puts a cup down. Then some guy kicks a table leg. and then this guy makes a sound, and you go, I've got to make a sound now, because they're making a rhythm, and you suddenly get, if you don't join in, so I shuffle my foot, and he goes, right, you're in. How brilliant is that? Shouldn't
spot on. Whoa.
Yeah, how clever is that? That is flipping the best. Isn't it?
Wow. Wow, I thought it was going to be one of these how to disturb people in interview kind of things, you know. There's a thing that went around ages ago when you were having meetings where you could walk into a meeting and take out, the worst would be like some little figures from your pocket, but you could take out a few things and put them around the table, arranging them to be the people in the room, and then when anyone ever moved, you just move one of them just to try and freak people out, you know, that kind of thing. Or someone gets up to go to the toilet, you just pick one up and put it in your pocket, but carry on speaking as normal. But that's for kind of crazy effect. This is wonderful. That's just so good. So what was that like, having an intro like that? I mean, what was the course like?
The course was brilliant, but the computers weren't. So
okay.
We had, like, one day they said, tomorrow on Cubase you're getting a massive update. It's going to loop, right?
Right.
So instead of stopping it and then you rewinding it, it's going to go back to the start. Oh, this is brilliant. Right, I can just chunk away and then go back to the start and chunk away. But the time gap between the end and the start was like a massive ka-chunk. It was like...
Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, it was like... It wasn't even a bar or anything musical. It was just like...
Random.
Ka-chunk! Oh, no, yeah. So, I mean, I left because I really knew that I needed about 25 grand to build a studio. And computers weren't up to it. They just weren't. So
this was literally it wasn't that it was the kit that they were using, but to be honest, it was the best kit that you could probably get for the time anyway. So it was limitation on technology, you reckon?
Yeah. It's
so
about
that's
91.
where. Right. What was I doing? 91. Yeah, I was Ataris, all Ataris and S1000s and stuff like that, which was the only real way to get it going, I think, back then. But very early days.
I tried Optimed. It took me 4 hours to get 20 seconds of music. I just couldn't handle it. But yeah, Optimed was the only way to do it, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah, exactly. So this is when hardware jams came in, was it? You buy a drum machine and sync it up, or what was your next move?
No, I just went back to DJing. That was it.
Screw that.
I ended up doing quite well and organising parties, so I was happy. Yeah, and that was that for 10 years.
Crikey! All right, so and where were you? Was this still up in Sheffield?
Yeah, in Manchester.
Oh, you got to Manchester in the end, right? Sorry.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was a Sheffield University. Oh, fantastic! So you must have been up in Manchester when it was really good fun, right? Through the 2000s Summer of Love stuff, I guess, was it? Or was that pre then?
No, I was there from 1992. Yeah, I was there later than that, but my music career kind of stopped in 1999.
Right.
You know, family and stuff. Yeah. So that's when I kind of took a break. Wow,
well, that's epic. Well, okay, so I did promise you this. We were just talking briefly off stream at the very beginning. Lula May and I decided in your honour, because you are royalty, to make you some Welsh cakes, some royal Welsh cakes. So I looked up the recipe and we managed to find a recipe. We did our best, to be honest. I've made it. Oh, that laugh's kind of giving it away, I think. We kind of got everything. I've made a very short video of what we were doing. What we were trying to do was make cat-shaped ones. Hello, everybody. In honour of Inky the Cat, we are going to make, or rather Lula May is going to make, cat-shaped Welsh cakes.
And unicorn.
And unicorn-shaped Welsh cakes as well from this recipe. So, are you ready?
Yeah.
225 grams of flour.
Albert.
It looks like Albert apparently written on here. 225 grams in there. Then, what'll do? A pinch of salt. That's sugar. I kind of sped through some of the bits. All right, that goes in the bowl. Then we need 100 grams of butter.
Have you ever made Welsh cakes?
Check. That'll do. Okay, now what you have to do is you put the butter in the flour, and then with your fingers, you get your fingers really nice in there, and you give it, you turn it into like powdery stuff.
Butter? This looks good.
Right, while you're doing that, I'm going to put this pan on the stove. Now, you have to break an egg
I'll do that.
into this bowl. Now, until about 4 months ago, Lula May was allergic to eggs.
So it kind of carries on. I whiz through some of it, but we make the eggs, we have the flour, we do all the stirring, we make up this gooey stuff.
See how brilliant it is?
Look at that.
Get all the bits in and then plump it out onto the surface.
Remember, this is all in your honour.
Don't forget these bits. Put these bits in.
Yep.
Now, I suppose,
Take a bowl up.
roll that away. That is a better one. Look at that. Now,
Look at that.
roll that out.
Yeah.
A little bit, not too deep. It needs to be about as thick as your little finger.
Was that your favourite bit, Lula May?
Yeah.
By far. So here's the cat shapes, and we whiz. We put them in the frying pan. This was actually the thing. At the end, you go, right, yeah, cakes, right? We put them in the oven. No, Welsh cakes, get some lard, fry the lard in the pan, and fry them. So they're like fried cakes. And I didn't have any lard, but it said you could use butter. But this is obviously a Welsh thing. It's like, we don't bake our cakes, we fry them. So anyway, so they're just about to come out.
There we go. Now I need to put some more things. So,
How about that
here
cat
we are.
shape?
We
They
have
look like cats at all.
Inky the Cat in Welsh cakes. Yeah, they don't look like cats.
That one looks
But there
like
you go,
Wales, though.
Inky, entirely made of our own kind of free will,
Brilliant.
so to speak.
It looks like Wales. How fantastic is that, man? Right, I've got a picture here. Let me find what they ended up, because we made you a bigger one as well. We made an Inky heart shape, and yeah, I will show it to you.
Where's the Inky button?
Where's the Inky button? Where is it? Here we go. So these were the Welsh cakes. One of those looking like Wales, and this was the heart, but it broke. It's Inky's broken heart, I'm afraid.
Well, that's true to life, Dom. So no, never mind.
Oh, that's really
Press the
sad.
Inky
Oh, the Inky button. Yeah, I did. Yeah. So, Inky the Cat. What you think about that? That's the Inky button. I forgot about the Inky button. I did a live jam. If anyone came across it, with which turned into a looping of Inky the Cat. What do you think about that? Inky the Cat. What you think about that?
Are you going to tell them the reason why you had to do that?
Oh yes. Hang on. How do I get rid of this picture? I think we've seen enough. There you go. We're back again. Yes, I put a really cool kind of thing in Hardware Jams. Hardware Jams is a Facebook group which Inky does a lot of work behind. And as she said, she's not the only one, but to be honest, she's just epic, and it probably hangs together because of Inky. And it's full of really cool people that make hardware jams, so no doors allowed. I think your rules are like, as long as you're making it live, it's okay. So I mean, you
if you've
play
got if you've got a computer and a controller, as long as you're twiddling knobs and sliders and not just pressing play, and it's not being mastered or anything like that, we do allow computers.
Yeah, so a live based jam.
Yeah.
And basically, so I did this thing saying, oh, Inky, great Royal Inky, and our leader is coming on the show on Sunday. It'd be great to see everybody here. Have a good one. And it was deleted by the moderators instantly because oh, it was you, was it? Oh, right.
They wanted to. They were just joking. What do we think about this? And they were like, put it up. And one of the moderators, actually, Jonathan Cross, actually put his own jam up to put it back in there.
Right, you have to have a jam in order to post. So every post has to have a jam. So
effectively, we ended up with just a completely deleted thing. So I had to make a jam. I won't play it, but it's basically one of those boss loopers with me singing about Inky the Cat. What do you think about that? And being on TV and stuff. So that's where that was the vocal sample that ended up on the jam. It was the only way I could promote Inky on her own Facebook group was by singing about it.
Well, I'm sorry for being harsh, but I mean that was awesome. So if that came out of it, thank you very much.
Yeah, it's the first time I've done one of those. I can highly recommend everyone chatting and watching this. It's a really good group, even if you're not into making them yourself, or if you don't feel up to doing a live jam. Some of the stuff that comes out is absolutely brilliant. In fact, we're a little bit organised this week. I've actually got someone lined up for next week. And this is an Inky recommendation, which is Spiridakis Yanis, who goes by the slightly easier to pronounce name John Alchemy. And he's one of the guys that we saw on Hardware Jams doing these amazing bits of music. And I have no idea anything other than, he just does these incredible jams of just, bits of kit firing off beats and really quite melodic stuff. And so he's going to come on next week and talk about that as well, which is really cool. And that's one of your finds, right?
Well, not really.
As in,
well, what happened is I did a challenge and I said you've got to start with a blank sequencer, so it's got to be blank. And he started with an ARP, and I said, well, that's not a blank sequencer. And I didn't know at the time if this guy was just posting stuff that was irrelevant or whether he was really doing the jams. So with that, he strapped a camera to his head and made me a video of just for you, this is what I do, live panic and everything.
No, that's cool.
And since then I've been a follower because I know what he's doing. He's 100% off the cuff live.
Wow, head cam
so
jam.
Good.
That's
he's brilliant.
Man, that's on a par with Tin Can Synth Man Jam.
Yeah.
Actually, which was another of your recommendations. I mean, this is actually epic. A couple of people are saying your mic might be a bit low. So actually, only one. It's Mark Zaffin saying your mic's a bit low. But make sure that you're nice and loud. That was from you, which was epic. I mean, you've been really helpful by moderating the chats and stuff. And we've got no mods on today, so I might make someone a mod if anyone gets out of order. So if you suddenly see a spanner next to your icon in YouTube, then you'll know what's going on. Incidentally, if you're not watching on YouTube, that's kind of where it all happens. You might be watching on Facebook. It's all fine if you want to do that, but most of the chat occurs on YouTube. So pop on over to the YouTube link. I can dig that out and post it for you in a second. But yeah, he was awesome, and he was one of your recommendations. So I mean, behind the scenes, you kind of really connect all the dots with live YouTube stuff. You seem to know everyone. You're consistently there. Azio Head, Wagyu, yourself. You're all kind of just there supporting live plays, which is absolutely brilliant, and full marks to you, which is why I wanted to speak to you, really. It's just fantastic.
Well, when I did well in Manchester, that's how it all happened, just by accident. You can promote yourself all you like and whatever, but it just generally naturally happens, doesn't it? Can I ask you a question, please, Dom?
Yeah, of course. Anything.
I've heard you sing on a couple of occasions now, right? Especially a Leonard Cohen track, right?
Oh, I did that on Clownfest. Yeah.
So, do you do this anywhere that we can find you, or could you do more?
Not
Because you have an awesome voice.
Thank you. That's very kind. I did a lot of background vocals. And when I first started, when I was about 13, 14, I just wanted to be a pop star. So I have fronted a band and gone out and done that and played all the gigs and stuff. And I realized that I was nowhere near the level that I needed to be without kind of major compromises. If you look at, I don't like ceilings, if you see what I mean, and it was always going to be a limited thing. And so I was really lucky, and I was able to kind of move sideways more behind the scenes and being a keyboard player and so forth, and doing the live stuff a lot, which is what I started with before I got into the studio. And there was a lot of background vocals, but yeah, I haven't done singing for ages. And actually Clownfest, which is Mark Gardner, Piero the Acid Clown, who is also in the chat as we speak at the moment, brilliant support. is such an amazing thing, and it's got a lot of people, myself included, kind of off their bottoms to actually go out and make some decent music, really. And a lot of that's live jamming as well. I think I pulled you across into the Clown Fest type of thing. I'm not sure if you were aware of it.
Oh, no. Me and Mark have known each other. Like since...
Can't even get credit for that.
No, you're not getting credit from that. Yeah, basically since we both kind of just appeared on the internet and Hardware Jams, and he was just setting up the URL.
Oh, wow, that is way back. It's like 4 years ago, I think, isn't it? Something like that.
It's way back. And he gave me one of the nicest compliments ever, which what he doesn't know, but it kind of just gave me that little lift of I'm not rubbish. And he just said, I'll jam with you anytime. And
perfect.
And he doesn't know, don't tell him, but he doesn't know how much that actually meant. So cheers.
He might have an idea now. No, and there's a lot of that. I'm really supportive to Mark Gardner, Pierre the Acid Clown, the URL, and Clownfest, because it just has such an effect on the people that get involved. It's so supportive. It's one of the most positive places, actually, that and Hardware Jams. And we had Mark on, was the first guest on this show, actually, 11 shows ago, but are two of the most positive places for making music on the internet, I think. There's a lot of nasty backbiting, not back scratching, kind of egotistical stuff that goes on. And in general, they are just two of the most colossally positive and helpful and genuinely useful places to be playing your music or listening to other people's music. So yeah, full marks to both of you. Who else is involved on Hardware Jams then with you?
Well, it started off, Andrew Coogan runs the group, but he's kind of gone on semi-permanent holiday. He's supporting one of Australia's biggest comedians at the moment. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool for him. And then he left it to a group of us. Now, there's about 9, but mainly it's Jonathan Cross, Rob Tully Rose, Seb Smith, and Dioli. I can't pronounce.
Wow.
So, yeah, they're the guys that keep it together. So you might see me and Jonathan, but the other 3, they're doing all the hard work day to day that never gets any credit.
Right.
And those are the 3, those are the guys behind that you don't see doing all the work.
There is one question I had that's related to that, which is kind of off the list. Well, what makes a good Facebook group? Because it's very easy to set up a group, but it's quite hard to get people to join it and to stay and to interact. Are you any tips for people, even if it's an artist page that they're setting up?
Well, I think Andrew's personality of encouragement, that breeds down. Yes, so that follows on through. Mm-hmm. And then the other thing is the weekend challenge. So we have a friendly weekend challenge. Now, people join it and they think it's a bit serious. But by the time they're making music to a picture of fish, I think they're gathering that it's a bit more, it's more about everybody racing into their studio all around the world, doing the same idea, no matter how daft, and nobody cares who wins, really. The winner,
Yes, so, absolutely. Everyone votes for it within the whole thing as well. No, it's marvellous. Absolutely marvellous. So really, enthusiasm breeds enthusiasm, right? And positivity breeds positivity, I guess. I get from that.
And just making sure that everyone's included, because we all started somewhere. We all my early stuff recently was very unmusical. It would make your ears bleed. But I got encouragement. So, everybody can grow and everybody can get better, can't they? Yeah,
completely. Yeah, it's and there's a difference between just being blatantly positive, which is great. Yeah, that was amazing, and also saying, well, yeah, that was amazing. I'll tell you what, if you change the hi-hat pattern in the chorus, positive feedback is also really useful.
We kind of leave that to Mark. So when people get to a certain standard,
you send them over to the.
We send them over to Mark, and then we let Mark do that. He's much better at that. So we just do the nice bit, and then it's like, off you go to the URL.
Okay, right. It is 7:30. There are 30 more minutes until England kick off. Thank you so much. There's like 65, 70 people watching across different platforms and stuff, which is great for us, and epic because you're here. So I think everyone should say to Inky at various times over the next week that they'd love to see you back on here again, and you should become a semi-regular person on here. Lula May would love you to do that as well, but it's entirely up to you. But
Is it
I think it
quiz
fits.
time yet?
It is quiz time. That's what I was leading on to say. So the reason that Inky's here, she claimed, was that it's time for Lula May's epic quiz. Okay, so sit down, get ready. If anyone's new here in the chat, then the point about this is it's basically you need an element of extrasensory perception, I
Jedi.
suppose, to get. Yeah, exactly. You'll get the idea. It's definitely open to everyone in the chat, though, so please get your answers in.
The chat, though.
I will pop the chat up in one moment, and I'm going to pop it over to just Lula May. So here we go with the first question. Ho ho ho. This way. See where my cursor
Tension.
is?
Yeah, I see.
Put it up there, look.
Wait,
Okay.
I'm doing it not that way. I'm doing it.
Oh, you're going to pick a different... Oh,
Yeah,
my
I'm
gosh.
not going to do them in order.
Oh, my word. So now we're in trouble. Okay, are you sure? Because it might make it easier.
Okay.
Yeah, just for me and for the sake of that we finish in time for the football. Okay, are you ready? Here we go.
Where did I go for lunch?
To your dining table.
It's not as easy as that. Surely not. All right, we got any other? This is a really hard one, actually. A really, really hard one. In fact,
With
it's
a spoon.
ridiculously hard. No. There's no
McDonald's.
way. Only Ty would be
Kentucky
able to
Fried
get
Chicken.
this. No. It's a place in West Sussex. If Ty appears and he says, is it there?
The
Oh.
Narrowboat. Is it? It's a name of a pub.
No, not to Lucy's house. Give you a clue. Okay. It's south something. It's not a place you would have heard of, I
South
don't
River.
think.
South.
No, you're on the right
South.
line. Not Poppy's house, Wagyu. Good one.
South. Oh,
Cheapo Card Company, that place in West Sussex. Well,
I'm trying to think of rivers in West
South
Sussex.
America.
South America.
Come on, guys. Does anyone know any rivers in Sussex?
It's not. No. River was too strong a clue. It's rhymes with bodge.
I'll give it
South
away.
Lodge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well done. We would have been here for a long time, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so a quarter of a point, I think, for Inky. They get a little easier, to be fair. Okay.
That was hard.
This.
I can see the next
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
Put it up.
All right. Ready?
What did I have for lunch?
Oh. Oh. Fish fingers.
No.
Pasta.
No.
Wah, wah,
A hamburger.
wah,
No.
wah.
Sunday
Think
lunch.
about. Yes. Now, narrow it down.
Yorkshire pudding.
Yeah, and what does that go with?
Beef.
Yes.
Proper right question for once. Excellent. So 1 1/4. I didn't see chicken in a basket, chips and peas, chicken and chips. No one said beef on a Sunday. Blown away. A roast dinner. Morgan was in, but Morgan pops in with the answer just after someone else says it. That's the third time he's done that, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
the lag. It is the lag. I've been on the other end, and
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah. But there's just enough lag for him to hear you say the right answer, and then he types it in.
Oh, don't accuse Morgan of cheating. Oh, Morgan.
I'm so sorry, Morgan. I'm going to give you a point anyway for that. Got special prize. Whoever gets the most points appears on the week after next. So if you want to be there. Okay, so the next question from Lula May
You got it?
I can't see.
There's up here as well.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, yes, this is the harder one.
is it? Yeah, actually, to be honest, this is a hard one, isn't it?
What did I dream about last night?
And I've got to be honest, it's crazy. It's a really crazy dream.
It's the craziest thing
Fairies.
I've ever dreamed.
Fairies riding
No.
giant ladybugs.
It's in the right lines, but yeah, the mod wave. That would be cool.
Oh, love.
Dream about
Roast dinner dreams.
roast unicorn.
Right, Sensian, hush your mouth. Sasquatch floating on clouds of candy floss. Wow, that sounds
Oh,
cool.
that's good. Yeah. That
Being a
that's
rock
really good.
star, cheese war. They're going so fast that I keep clicking on something to show it, and the next one pops up. Charles is right. Loullamae is the perfect host of a show. Indeed, it's just rapidly becoming me doing an intro and an exit. Hairdressing school for bananas.
Oh, that's a great answer.
Kent
That's a-
Spong, Norman Wisdom buying sandals.
Should I give a clue?
Yeah, go on then, give a
Yeah.
clue.
Um,
I bet you can't.
I'll try. It's something to do with a freezer.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the clue.
Finding your favourite ice cream in the freezer?
No.
No.
Way more strange.
Finding a monkey in the freezer?
No. Get away, Blum.
Has it got anything to do with animals?
No.
What are you doing?
Finding your shoe in a freezer? That's my last
No.
go.
That's the
give
last
up.
one. Okay, have you giving up? No one.
I'm
All right.
giving up.
Should I tell the answer?
Yeah, I think we need to zoom in for this one.
Okay. I dreamt I was at school and I had to go to jail, but the jail rooms had drawers in the freezer.
So you were basically in jail in a drawer in the freezer, and each prisoner had a separate drawer in the freezer.
In America, don't they call it when you go to jail being in the cooler though?
In the cooler. That's true,
Yeah.
actually. That is an American slang word for being in jail, to be in the cooler.
So you know,
What's-
you knew before you know.
I just want to know why, where that came from. Just amazing. Well, here's an easy one for you, Inky. Ready?
I can't see it.
It's this one.
Oh yeah. This is much easier.
Here we go.
What is my favourite number?
How many digits has it got?
2.
37,
Nope.
24, 12.
Oh!
Yeah!
That is incredible. That is incredible. Now, let's just leave it for the lag. No one else got the
my
12.
least favourite number.
What's your least favourite number?
21.
21. Oh, well, that's the opposite of 12, I guess, with the numbers
I
around the
know.
other way, right? That's clever.
I don't like 27 myself, Lula May.
I think that's my mum's favourite number, 27.
I
No
don't
one
like
else got
20.
12. I forgot about the lag. So really, we do have to allow people time to catch up, which is only fair. But I don't see anyone with the number 12. No one got it. Sasquatch says he's in control. And
Lula
Zach-
May has got the same birthday as my father.
2nd of November.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah, so
incredible.
Yeah. So I didn't guess that
And-
either.
He's the king of Wales, South Wales.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Kings and queens on that birthday. See?
We've got another favourite
Someone got 12.
event, Zafin, but I think that was after you said it. And Jim got it. Everyone's posting 12s now. See? I'm convinced that this is to do with the lag. The people in the chat are posting later than we're seeing it. So,
But
or
someone
something like
said it was no one got it.
oh yeah, exactly.
Hey, someone says Scorpio in the chat.
Scorpio. Right. Oh, Scorpio as in the 2nd of November. Yes, absolutely.
Yes, Chicky.
Very, very good, Chicky. Right. We've had that one. So there's another one. Here you go, Lula May. See this one?
What is Mrs. Berry's favourite colour?
You better tell them who Mrs. Berry is.
This is
She's
your
my
teacher.
new teacher.
Yeah.
You already
Right.
see?
I want to see
Wow.
pink because it's a berry, but I'm going for yellow.
No.
I know it was right. You were right the first time.
Pink.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Oh, she's got good
That's it.
choice then. She's got good
Inky
choice.
the Cat has 3.25 points, which makes her the highest scoring guest we've ever had, which is just incredible.
Thank you,
3
Lula
more
May.
questions.
Inky the Cat, what you think about that? Just amazing.
3 more questions.
We
The
have.
only reason I
Then
came
some
on
other
this show, Lula May.
There are 18 minutes left before the football kickoff, so don't worry, we've got your best interests at heart here. We're not going to let you miss the kickoff, and I really appreciate everybody for watching as well. It's really, really cool of you.
There's ones that are just. There's like 2 questions that are just for Inky.
Yeah, we've got 2 special ones at the end just for Inky as well. You're going to have to come back on and talk more about music next time, aren't you? Because we're just going to be doing quizzes all evening. We can't overrun. Okay, so this one here, can you see this one?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
What toy did I buy at Legoland?
I can't say Lego, obviously, because that's too obvious.
No.
It's
A cat.
No.
book themed, actually.
Oh, is it a bookmark?
No, it's
From
not book themed.
okay,
Oh, it's from
These
a
are
book.
No.
these are books, aren't they?
Oh.
Sort of book and film themed.
I was thinking of just one.
Oh right, yeah. No, there is. What didn't
Yeah.
Inky just say that? No. Did she say that?
No, just this one. Just do this one. That's
Okay. All right, go for it. This is Lula May's music in the background that she made on a Novation. What's it? Loop thing.
Well, that's amazing, Lula May.
Yeah, on her
It's
iPad.
funky. That's better than my music. I need lessons. What toy did you
So
buy?
get
So
a
it's
Lego
an
land.
animal.
Oh, do you know what? I haven't been looking. Oh, that wasn't actually a clue. Sorry, that was the wrong button as I went to flip back and see the chat. It's the first time we've used the elephant noise. A Mandalorian, a Lego Mini Moog. I like that idea, Ezio Head. Harry Potter's wand is not a million miles away from one of them.
Oh, and someone says HP Night Bus.
HP Night,
No.
Harry Potter Night, but that's an elephant. See, it's going fast. Lego horse. They're going so fast. Thomas the Tank Engine, the Robe House Frank Lloyd Wright collection. Charles Chicky Reeves is thinking a bit too hard on this, I think. going a little bit too deep on this one, but thank you, Chicky. It's amazing.
Hilarious.
Harry Potter figures, sort of. Count that. Harry. Okay, because there's.
What's that little dude called in Harry Potter? The little.
What's your
Dobby.
Dobby?
Dobby. Yeah, Dobby.
Funnily enough, you bought a Dobby necklace from the Harry Potter world. That also happened last week. When you were watching the show last week, she was going to Legoland and Harry Potter with her friends. Both of these are kind of like delayed birthday parties that have been delayed, and they were kind of all put into the 1 week, weren't they? But yeah, I think we should probably say it's Harry Potter Lego keyring and a Ron Weasley Lego keyring. But there is one very special animal that she bought, which is just. Should I give you a clue?
An elephant?
No, it's not a wizard. Do you want to show Inky? If I zoom in on you again.
Oh, no. My headphones unplugged.
Oh, we've lost Lulu's headphones for a second.
you go.
Right. Okay, begins with a U.
Oh, unicorn.
Someone got it. Who got it? Who got it? Jennifer, thank you so much. She got the unicorn.
And so did Inky.
And so did Inky, almost exactly at the same time. But Jen did it without the clue, I think, which is
Yeah,
very, very
give it-
clever. So I
give it
think
to
she
Jen.
gets that one. And there she is. So
Oh,
the
yeah.
last question
That's lovely.
is... Oh, there are 2 more.
No,
So-
there's more than one.
okay, we might pause a couple.
Okay.
This is the last question
Aw.
for now.
I want to do the.
We'll do Inky's questions as well, but this is the last quiz
I wanna
question.
do that one.
Rainbow.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I've actually forgotten myself. Oh yeah, it's a good one.
Is it an actual name, or is it?
I wouldn't call my child this. No. I definitely call it a unicorn. Let me just.
Flower.
Okay, Twilight.
Cloud.
You got it? Who's got it? James Dyson. You are incredible.
Whoa, that's super cool, isn't it?
It's Sprinkle, but sprinkles will do. That's amazing and slightly better than Claire Zaffin's answer of Margaret Thatcher. Dobby Arnold, the pointy head horse from Kent Spong. Sparkle Pants isn't far off. I don't even know what Charles is saying. How do you pronounce that? Clytemnestra? Don't even know. That sounds like a disease. Yeah, Gertrude. I like Wagyu's one as well. That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Now, we may as well just carry on with this, really, rather than go too deep back into the music with the football about to kick off. Although Martin Taylor isn't worried too much about the football. I want to do a very quick music thing. Just a couple of questions from myself, and then there's a couple of quizzy questions from Lula May that she wanted to ask you, if that's okay. But you have 3 1/4 points, which
There's
is
one
epic.
more extra question.
Did anyone? Yeah, there's an extra one. Well, did anyone in the chat get loads and loads of points? I don't think they did this time.
Did Morgan, Jen, and
I think Morgan and Jen got one each.
And James.
Yeah.
James. So that's
Okay.
Should I do the last quick question?
Yeah, 1 second. Morgan, Jen, and Jason. So one of you
James.
wants James. Did you say James Dyson?
Yeah.
Morgan, Jen, and James Dyson. Yeah. If one of you wants to be on a show week after next, I'd love to have you on. All 3 of you, obviously, would be even better. So just give me a shout, and I will try and catch up with you
There's
afterwards.
one extra question.
Here's an extra question. Go on then. Let's have your extra question. Go on.
What Harry Potter book am I on?
This is going to show up how little I know about Harry Potter.
You don't have to come up with the name. You can have 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Is there 5
No,
books?
there's up to 7.
7 books.
I think you're on the end of number 3.
No.
Number 4.
No.
No.
Lower.
Number 2?
Yes! Epic. Amazing. Well done. So, to be honest, that gives you... Well, what did we get to? 3 1/4. Now you're on 4 1/4.
Someone got to.
These are extra. We can't count these. 'cause it's
Okay.
unfair, yeah.
One thing about Inky, she's always putting herself behind everyone else. Don't vote for me. Please don't vote for me. But you always win because you're a really, really good hardware jammer. I don't know why you don't let people let you win.
I don't.
Anyway.
Well, because I don't. If you haven't listened to all the jams, you shouldn't vote. That's just fair, isn't it? And I don't always win. That's not true. So come on, Dom. Don't get me into trouble.
All right. Okay. See you, and thanks very, very much indeed for joining, Charles Chicky. Love it to Chicky Reeves. Thanks very much indeed, my friend from Sonic State. Quick plug for the Sonic State album, which is out, and also quick plug for the incinerator compressor that I've written, but basically, let's not worry too much about those. I'm sure everyone in the chat probably knows them already, but do check out Sonic State. Do check out mrwiggly.co.uk. There are links at mrwiggly.co.uk/live to everything that we've talked about. So things like the Hardware Jams Facebook page is on there, the charity that Lula May does a quiz for, which we haven't really mentioned, all this kind of stuff that we would normally mention that's a little bit restricted by the football. Go have a look there. Lula May is raising money for Great Ormond Street Hospital, which is a fabulous cause, by doing things like this quiz and some stuff at school when the next term kicks off. And you can go to Just Giving link on there if you want to put a couple of pounds in there. We'd rather raise some money for charity, because we're kind of okay for cash at the moment doing this, which is great. So I'd rather it went to a really, really good cause. What I was going to ask you was really more about the future. A couple of specific questions, which is favourite bit of music kit, and worst bit of music kit, or something that you didn't get on with, perhaps, if there is such a thing. And also any kit that you would really like to get your hands on that's on your wish list.
Yeah, so I'm a bit of a groove box fanatic. So I love my circuits, but I love the MPC. I love
Okay.
the MPC, right? That's brilliant. So ironically, my worst bit of kit is the Akai Force, which I thought would be exactly the same, but it's not.
The same
So-
as the MPC.
Yeah, it's got the same software as the MPC, but things are hidden that aren't on the MPC,
Oh, got you. Okay.
and the workflow is different.
Right.
So it's an Ableton in a box, really, which I was looking forward to it because it's got a better step sequencer, but doing anything is harder than on the MPC, which just takes minutes. This takes too long. Do you know what I
That's
mean?
interesting. Yeah. That
it's
is
weird.
interesting.
Because they are the same thing, really.
So that was a kind of disappointment just from a workflow point of view, I suppose.
Yeah.
What's on your list of kit?
Apart from loads of synths, I'd like to have a go on the MC707.
Ah, that's yes. That's kind of like the Roland Groove Box, isn't it? But
Yeah.
it's almost like a Roland Deluge, isn't it? I think along those lines, perhaps, or perhaps the
It's got-
Deluge is like a 707. I'm not sure.
Well, the Deluge is an awesome piece of kit. I'd have one, but it's very linear,
Right.
and that's what I was trying to get away from the DAW. So
Okay, so you're looking for real live interaction as your
Yeah.
plan, so evolving rather than so you see. Okay, that's interesting.
yeah, but the Deluge is brilliant.
Yeah, no, I love it.
The MC707, I think it's got some pretty good synths in it, and I like the little step sequencer that's immediate. So you just press the button and it's all there, like a TR8. That's why I'm interested in that. Yeah.
And what are you using at the moment as your prime weapons?
Well, I've got the MPC, and then I've got loads of synths. It controls some of them, so the Deep Mind, and it also controls a Digitone. And then I've got 2 mono stations, one of which controls a TD3.
Oh, nice. So are you kind of mixing them like a DJ, but back in your DJ days then?
Yeah, it's kind of like just in one evolving jam. But I need to get to the stage where your next week's guest is. So my jams last for 4 minutes. I get into it, and then I've got to get out of it. Whereas
Right.
John Alchemy, he's doing that for 3 hours and changing it, and that's where I'd like to go next, really.
I don't think you're far off.
I lack ideas,
at all.
really. Once I've got the idea, once I've got to the max of that jam, I'm starting to
Yeah.
go, get out of it. How do you get out of it?
Right.
You know what I
That's
mean?
really interesting because coming
It's
from a
like a
DJ
record.
background, that it's not normally a rush to get out of stuff. Do you know what I mean with it from that side of things?
Well, on records it is, because you know that record's finishing, so you know
Right.
the highlight of it, and you've got to find another record and the highlight, where that starts getting good.
Got
So
you.
I suppose I'm making jams like a record, in, out, and I'm not making them as a DJ, which is, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I get it.
So yeah.
And what synths are you lusting after then? You said apart from bags of synths,
Oh, loads of them.
any top of the list? If you won a competition,
Oh, I suppose I'd have to go for an ARP, wouldn't I? Or that monopoly.
yeah, I can get that. That's excellent.
Yeah. It's too many.
As in, I
too
understand that there's in that kind of market, there are literally tons and tons and tons of perfectly priced kind of jamming machines.
Getting more kit doesn't help your jamming, because you get into the kit and you're not doing any jams, and you've just
Yeah.
swapped out something you knew
Yep.
for something
Yeah.
you don't know. That's why I won't swap the Force for the MPC. Technically, the Force would be better,
Gotcha.
but
Yeah.
I don't know it. So
Here though, yeah, gear doesn't necessarily make for a better thing. Any for a better thing, for a better jam. Any questions in the chat are very welcome in the last 2 minutes. But let's get in these quick questions that Lula May had for you, which I can fire up onto the screen. Okay, you ready for this, Lula May?
Yes.
Yeah? Better read that.
Why is your name Inky the Cat?
because my favourite cat was called Inky.
Oh, bless. Oh,
Black
I love
cat.
that. Oh, I take it is he no longer with us?
No.
It's going
No.
to be a star.
But
Oh, that's cool.
He used to follow me straight sit at the side of the road, and I took him on a lead on a train to Birmingham, and he was just
You
a
took
proper
him on a
little
train
dog.
to Birmingham.
Yeah, on a lead, and he wasn't even on my lap. He sat the guy opposite. I mean, I didn't know this guy. He sat on the headrest behind him. Like,
Man.
yeah, he was a proper cat. I mean, he's really cheeky.
Whoa. Right.
Yeah.
Hello, Adamski in the chat. Good to have you aboard. I don't think you've come and watched one of these before, which is cool.
Hi, Adam.
Okay, so, hi, Adam. Next question, last question from Lula May. We've got 2 minutes before kick-off. Here we go.
Can you touch your thumb to your wrist?
Right, you better
No.
show.
No, and don't show me. It's weird. Don't. Oh, that way. I thought you meant the other way.
No. You got to get it in camera. Can you see it? Go this way. That's it. Can you do? Oh no. Can you do that?
Nowhere
Yeah.
near. Oh, that.
Do it again, Lula May? It's really strange because it's definitely not genetic because I can't.
Yeah, no,
That's
that's
it.
that.
Oh! All right, we are going to have to rush away before kickoff. I would absolutely love you to come on again, even as an interviewer rather than a guest would be good because there's loads of stuff that we haven't asked. I'll just quickly check the chat. Is it raining in Wembley? Says Keith in Watford. I can't help you with that one. I don't think so. Just literally thanks everyone for joining us. I guess the best way of going out. Oh, you had something that you wanted to play as the outro, didn't you? So we can kick that off in a second.
It's not my track though. I just wanted.
No.
I've
I've just got to find the link. That's all.
And I just want to say thank you to Lula May and yourself. I've had a lovely,
Oh,
lovely
man.
time. Thank you.
It's-
It's been brilliant.
You've been absolutely brilliant. It's been the best show ever. We've had the most views ever. I think the chat's had the best time ever. Piero the Acid Cloud says, awesome interview again. Well, thank you very much indeed. I mean, we've had a great time. Next Sunday, or every Sunday, 7 p.m. here, we'll be doing the same thing with different people. Good night to everybody. I will find this is your link. So who is this, Inky?
This is a guy called Matthew Cook. And he's
Okay.
every track he does, every jam he does is brilliant. And I
Oh,
thought this
that's
was
cool.
happy. So I think Dom's just accidentally Dom, where are you? I think he's just left me in charge.
No.
Oh.
I'm here. I clicked the wrong button again. I'm really sorry. Here's me trying to load up your fabulous thing and didn't work. No, we'll have to come back with that next time. Sorry about that. That's the only thing I didn't set up for live. So,
Okay.
thank you very, very much, everybody. Had a wonderful time. Good luck to England. Have a really, really, really fabulous day, everybody. And I'm going to persuade Inky to come back on again real soon. Have a good one. Thanks very much indeed. See you all again next week. Take care. Bye-bye for now.
Urbanist connect so with the herb pipe. Link up the harmonized, left the termite. But beyond obsolete blessings, a birthright. To live a life which a lot for me, no side worldwide. Cosmic love energy, I go herbicide free, organically, me say worthwhile. Watch the way one of you term wise in terms of definitions and some termites get side check the eye. One side is defined by one side the other. I.e. I am an idea's man. I assign too much of the qualities of my guy. Who's we if I'm talking like this? Who of me?